Hey guys, it's Alicia from For the Love of Books and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited. This is a long awaited video, like as in the month of October, because it is finally the day that I'm going to be doing my October haul. I am so excited. I spent way too much money this month. I'm not going to say way too many books because I got a great number of books and there's no such thing as too many books, right? So I am going to be doing my haul today, broken up into different sections just to make it easier for you guys. And on top of the haul, I'm actually going to be doing my October wrap-up because by the time you see this will actually be the beginning of November. So I figured it'd be smart to do it now so that it's out instead of waiting till next week when it will be just way too confusing. So let's start with my October wrap-up. So these books I didn't, they're not just books from my shelves. I got 3 of these books for review from the authors, and 2 of them I read because I needed to finish a series, and my heart broke because it's over, but I'm happy because I loved how the series ended. I have 2 5-stars, 2 4-stars, and 1 3-star, I believe. Or it's 1 4-star, 2 3-stars, but I believe it's 2 4-stars and 1 3-star. So I'll get into those. I'll do Whither Shall I Go First by Gina Holder. I received this book from the author for an honest review. This review is on my blog and I did it a couple weeks ago. This is following Ellie and Robert, and I really actually enjoyed this book. It was a little hard to get into at first, but once I was in, I was totally reading and totally loving the characters and felt like I was right there feeling what they were feeling. She gave these characters great growth and great characteristics. I could feel it all. She really made their feelings and their emotions stand out on the page. It wasn't a huge sappy romance, which I guess I was okay with. I like romances. I love them. I think pretty much all the books I got are romances. I have a thing for them. I enjoy them. But this was actually a very nice change of pace. I enjoyed there was some elements of romance between Ellie and Robert, but however, it was not focused on that. It was focused on obeying the will of God and listening to God's voice, and I really enjoyed that. And it was also different because it bounced between 3 different places. It starts out in Tennessee, then you're taken to New York, and then you're taken to Brazil. So it was really cool to see the different places and the different countries and all the history behind it and the missions behind this. There is missions and missionaries in this book that I absolutely enjoyed. I talk about it on my blog because I've always had a heart for missions, and so I really enjoyed this book, and I believe I gave it a 4-star. So, and I definitely recommend that you pick up this book if this is, you know, even just to try it. It is Gina's debut novel, but she did a great job, and I'm looking forward to her next book that comes out next year. The next 2 books that I got for review are actually a part of a series. I'm shedding, excuse me. It is the Messenger series by Lisa M. Clark. I got Discovered and Concealed, which is book number 2. These books actually have to be read in order. They go right into the next one. So this one starts and ends, and then number 2 starts like 2 weeks after. So he's dealing with the aftermath of what happened in the first book. I will be honest, I was not going to pick up the rest of this series. I was just going to pick up the book, read them for the reviews, and then just put them down and not finish the series. It just wasn't something that was really up my alley. It wasn't really my cup of tea, but I did want to be responsible and finish my reviews. However, I finished this 2nd book and now I need to read the 3rd one. I'm not sure if it's going to be a trilogy or if it will be a series, a length of them, but I am excited to read however many more she has. Book 2 really grabbed my attention. I ended up giving it a 4-star. Number 1 actually got a 3. They were kind of slow reads. Again, but once you were in them, they were good. Once you got through the backstory of number 1, it kind of eased out. To me, book 1, the story did not start until chapter 6, But if you enjoy learning backstories and learning and building your new world and where you are, this is definitely a series for you. I really did enjoy Lisa's her writing style. It was different. And The Messenger follows Simon Clay and a group that New Morgan, which is the city that they live in, calls the Darkness, but they like to be called the Messengers because it is self-explanatory, really, once you think about it. They are actually taking the message or God's word to the people of New Morgan when New Morgan has stripped away the Bible and anything belonging to Christ. And it was actually really interesting, very cool read, and I want to read book 3 whenever it comes out. Whenever it comes out. My reviews for both of these are up on my blog. This one actually came out today. And definitely check them out, pick them up. They were very interesting reads. Very cool. The last 2 books that I read this month, of course, can you guess who they're by? They were 5-star reads, so there's a big hint. Jen Toronto, woohoo! It is A Talent for Trouble and a Match of Wits, and this is finishing the Ladies of Distinction series. I was reading this book in my first video, actually. I did finish it. I did enjoy it. All the sighs, all the feels. It was so good. This following Grayson and Felicia, and then I picked up Agatha and Zane's story. It was so good. It was so good. I actually talked about them a little more in my last video because I had finished them, but they're great. I loved them. I'm actually on to Jen's new series, Apart from the Crowd, which her new book will be coming out soon, I believe on Tuesday. I'm really excited to read her book, but for the video I have to read the first book in the series, so I will be starting that, which was actually on my November TBR. So maybe I'll knock it off before then. Get the first book done before November. Actually, it's November now, so never mind. But yeah, so I finished this and I finished the series, and I'm super excited. I gave them both 5-star. I did not review them on my blog, but I did review them on Goodreads and I believe Amazon. So if you're interested, you can check them out there, and my link to Goodreads will be in the description. But they were great. And so I read 5 books this month, and I'm excited to see how many I can read in November. But this is my October wrap up. So now let's get into the haul. The one everybody's been waiting for, including me. So for the first portion of the haul, I'm going to be doing my dystopian / fairy tale retellings, kind of futuristic era. So first, the Messenger series by Lisa M. Clark. I am adding the 3 books that I got from the publishers into the haul, even though I did not pay for them, but I did get them this month. Unblemished and Unraveling by Sara Ella. I've heard so many great things about this series, especially Unblemished, so I picked it up. So I'm excited to read and tell you what I think about them. And they're so pretty. I picked up A Hangman's Curse, and I'm excited to read it and see what it's all about. The next book that I got was The Choosing by Rochelle Decker. This is a part of a series. I'm not entirely sure what the series is called. I've heard mixed reviews about this series, actually. I've heard a ton of people really enjoy the first book and then are not so fond of the second and third book. I currently just have the first book. I haven't picked up book 2 or 3, but I might at some point to see how I like them. But I guess it all depends on if I like book 1. I'm excited to read it. I can't wait to pick it up. It looks really cool. The cover's beautiful, and I love the simplicity of it, and the feeling's also really nice. So the last 2 books actually fall under the fairy tale retelling, and I've been looking at this author for a while, and finally picked up a couple of her books. Finally picked up Melanie Dickerson books. I've heard so many wonderful things about her books. I love the premise and the ideas behind her stories and behind her writing. But the books I got were The Golden Braid, and this is a Rapunzel retelling, and I believe this is number 6 or number 7 in her fairy tale retelling. And I heard that it's better to start and read them in order, so I won't be picking this one up for a while, sadly, until I can get my hands on the other books. But I love the idea. I love this cover so much, and it's a Rapunzel retelling, and Rapunzel's like my favorite, so I'm really excited to read this one. Then the next two I got are from the Thornbeck collection. I believe they're medieval fairy tale retellings, if I'm correct. If not, please let me know what they are. The first one I got was The Huntress of Thornbeck Forest, and the second one is The Beautiful Pretender, and I believe it goes in this order, this one and then this one, but it could be wrong. I will definitely look at that before I pick them up so I can make sure to read them in order. But I'm very excited to read Melanie Dickerson's books. That is the dystopian fantasy fairy tale retelling part of the haul, so now let's get into our next section. So the next category that I'm going to do, the next genre, will be contemporary fiction. I used to read contemporary fiction a lot, and then I found historical, so I haven't really picked up a whole lot of contemporary books lately. I don't have a whole lot of them on my shelf, so now I have a nice little section of contemporary books. So the first book I got is The Writing Desk by Rachel Hawk. And I have The Wedding Dress by her. I have not read it yet. I know it looked really good. I picked it up at a thrift store last year, I believe, and just haven't been able to pick it up. But I saw this book online and thought it looked really cute. I've heard a ton of really good things about it. It is following technically two different perspectives. It's following a contemporary girl, and then it's also following a historical perspective, which I thought is really, really cool. So I thought it was really cool, and I love the idea behind it. And again, I've heard amazing things about her writing, and especially about this book. So I am excited to pick it up, The Writing Desk. The next book I got is Sweet Smell of Magnolias and Memories. It is written by Celeste Fletcher McHale. I have not picked up anything by her. I don't know if she has multiple books. I've never heard of her before. This did come out this year, but it looks like a really cute read, and the cover is so summery and so pretty. Even though it is fall, I don't care. It is really pretty. It's definitely probably going to be one of my summer reads, or even a fall read, depending on what I'm feeling. But it looked really cute, so I decided to pick it up. And I just love the color and the feeling. It's really cool. The next book that I got was The Secret Life of Sarah Hollenbeck by Bethany Turner. Can we just talk about, oh, there's like a coaster mark, like somebody said coffee on this book? Why? Huh. Anyways, this cover is so cute. It's a typewriter, and then how I'm holding it, hold on. There are two crumpled up pieces of paper, like she didn't like it. And then there's hearts, and I love the font on the picture. I love fonts on books. It's so great. So this is actually a really cool premise. Again, I've kind of heard mixed reviews about it, but I'm excited to pick it up and see how I like it. The last book that I got is Just Look Up by Courtney Walsh. And so cute, and I'm excited to read this one and also pick up other books written by her. So that was my contemporary section of the haul, and now I'm going to do my historical fiction, but because I bought so many, I'm going to break it down even further. My first section will be Western / United States kind of stuff, and the next will be England, focus on England, and then broken down from there. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm so excited. So this is going to be the United States section of the historical fiction era. So I'm going to start off with Whither Shall I Go by Gina Holder. This actually does end up in Brazil, but it does start in America, so I decided to put it with this section of the historical fiction. It is sectioned kind of funny in my bookshelf, but I do have it with like the westerny American feels. Yeah. So that is the first book. And again, I did not pay for that one, but I did get it this month, so I decided to put it in the haul. Thank you, Miss Gina, for sending me the book. Next two I got are hardback, and they are ex-library, so they have like that covery thing on them, and that kind of bugs me, but for now I will keep them and hopefully at some point get the not papery feeling library copies. But I got book 1 and book 3 of Tracy Peterson's Brides of Seattle series. I do have book 2. A friend sent that to me. I haven't been able to read it yet because I do enjoy reading my series in order. So I finally picked up Steadfast Heart and Love Everlasting. So now I have the complete series and I'm so excited to pick it up. It seems so cute and I love Tracy Peterson and I love her writing and her covers are so beautiful. So I'm excited to read that series. Next, I picked up To Love a Stranger by Colleen Coble. And this is actually from the early works of Colleen Coble, so I'm pretty sure they're considered heart song books, like the really small ones. But they redid them and made them a little bigger. It's really, really thin. So like this is a blow-through book and yeah, the writing's like spaced apart. So it's going to be a really fast read. And I love the cover. I love the feeling. And the back of the book is actually the premise, the synopsis, the idea behind the book was actually really cute. I probably would have never picked it up had it been in heart song books because I don't enjoy some of their covers. I'm a big cover snob. I know, what? Crazy. But I am a big cover snob, so I have a hard time picking up books that I don't enjoy the covers, so I probably would have never picked it up. But I'm glad that they redid it because it's super, super cute. And then there's actually another one that I will have to get my hands on to put it with this book because it is really, really cute. Next, I got this book from Tyndall Rewards. I saved up my points, so I picked up this book and it looks so cute. I got Bees in the Butterfly Garden by Maureen Lang. And this is the Gilded Legacy novel. So I don't know if there's more to the series at some point. I'm not sure. I've never read anything by Maureen Lang. I don't have anything by her. I've never heard of the series. But I saw this on Tyndall Rewards and had to have it because the idea is so cute. The cover is so pretty. So pretty. Like there's roses and butterflies and it's just so fun and I'm excited to read it. So thank you Tyndall Rewards and thank myself for putting all that time and effort into getting my points. It's actually not that hard. I'll link Tyndall Rewards down at the bottom if you want to sign up. You don't need a blog, you don't need anything. All you have to do is answer a couple questions and do a couple things to get points and rack them up, and then you are able to pick any of the books that they have for free with your rewards. I believe this one was 65 points, but they also have a ton of different fiction, non-fiction, Bibles, all kinds of fun stuff, and I believe that they add to it pretty frequently. I'm not entirely sure. I just waited until I found something that I thought I'd really enjoy. But I have a couple leftover points, so I'll probably be getting a couple more books at some point. But Tyndall Rewards is actually a very fun idea. I am not affiliated. This is not sponsored. But I thought that I'd point it out if anybody is looking to save some money and get some free newer books. And definitely check out Tyndall Rewards. I will link Tyndall Rewards and how to sign up in the description. Next book that I got, I have never read anything by this author, Five Brides by Ava Marie Everson. And it's so cool. I really kind of got a Christian version of Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Like that's the idea that kind of came into my mind because there are 5 brides in one dress and none of them are engaged. None of them have boyfriends or are in relationships, but they're hoping that it helps them, you know, they're hoping that it will the dress changes their lives. So the idea behind this is so fun, so cool, and I am excited to read this. It's such a cool idea, and the cover is really pretty and very simple. The next book I got, I have been waiting for so long to get it. Hart Online by Karen Whitmire. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have book 1, No Other Will Do, and I needed book 2, right? I mean, even though I haven't read book 1, I need book 2. But the thing is, I know that I'll read them because I love Karen Whitmire's work, and it's beautiful, and it's great, and I love the idea behind it. She's the liars, right, in that time period, and she overhears some stuff, and that she's not supposed to, so now her life is in danger, and Amos has to save her, even though he is not the normal hero type. He's actually kind of nerdy with his glasses, and he prefers a bike over a horse, and that's just so fun and different, and not a hero that you normally see in Western books. But I am excited to read Hart Online by Karen Whittemire, and her new books are coming out soon, and she just keeps popping them out, and I'm so excited. So the next book that I have, it's actually books, I should say, because I did get 2 series. I did finish them. Well, sorry, I finished one and need one more to finish off this series. And those are books by Tamara Alexander. This is the Belmont Plantation series. I have To Whisper Her Name, which is huge. Like, I'm actually kind of intimidated by the sheer size of this book. 473 pages. And, like, there's not a whole lot of space in between the words. Like, it's a full page of words. So, I'm a little nervous. Just a little nervous. But then I got To Whisper Her Name, which I believe is the second book in the series. And then To Wager Her Heart is the third and final one in the series. I'm fine with waiting to get To Wager Her Heart because it is book number 3. And I do have to read book number 1 and book number 2 first. But I'm a little confused, I'm not going to lie, because at the beginning of the book, at book 1, you have the plantation on the picture. But book 2, you don't. You just have a Belmont plantation novel at the top. So I'm curious to see what book 3 looks like, and if they will ever redo To Whisper Her Name to make it similar, because it just throws off my aesthetics. The series that I finished was a Belmont Mansion series. I love the aesthetics of this series. They match. They all have the mansion at the top of the book. And I love that the spines are so simple. Like, they don't carry over the pictures, which is fun, and I do enjoy that in books. But the thing is, these are so big that the simplicity is just so beautiful, and I love that it's blue, green, and then gold. So the first book to the series is A Lasting Impression. The next book is A Beauty So Rare, and then the last book is A Note Yet Unsung. I love the series, is so pretty. So I'm excited to pick up and read the series. So that is the end of the American side of the haul. So now we're going to go over to England type books, like overseas, different countries. Yeah. So I'm actually going to start off with a different book from a different genre. I know I said that I was going to go straight into the English side, but then I forgot that I got this book, and it doesn't really fit into that category because it is historical, yes, but it's actually biblical fiction. This is Andrews, I believe that's how you say your name. And this is Love's Sacred Song, and this is actually about King Solomon and young King Solomon, and I believe one of his first wives, one of the first couple of his ridiculous amount of wives. But the pictures are beautiful. I have read one book by Mason Andrews. I read Love Amid the Ashes a couple years back on my e-reader, but I never got it in paperback, and now I'm definitely going to be looking for A Love Amid the Ashes in paperback because it was a fabulous read, and I am excited to pick up more books by her. I kept meaning to, but kept forgetting to look up her names in any of the sites that I go to. But I found this at Goodwill for less than $1, I believe, and I was like, what? It was like crazy that my eye even scanned it because I did a quick run over. I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend, but I instantly, like, it was laying like this at my Goodwill instead of up like this, and I was just running my eyes up and down the thing, and I saw this and actually saw the publishing. So people, train your eyes to see publishing, not just authors, but I saw the publishing house and then looked and realized it was by Mason Andrews, and I was so excited, so I grabbed it without even thinking, and I bought it, and I'm so excited to read about King Solomon and her spin on it. I'm going to get to the other side, but first we're going to start with The Batchelor Girls Guide to Murder. This is based in Toronto, Canada, so our neighboring country, but it is a different country still, just so you know. It's based in Toronto, Canada, and it is following sisters, I think. I don't know. No, friends that are detectives. And yeah, that's pretty much all I know. Lindsey from Books for Christian Girls has talked about this book multiple times. I will link her YouTube channel and her blog in the description below. She's talked about this book multiple times, so I thought I'd pick it up. She honestly got me in quite a bit of trouble for some of the books that I bought because she has recommended them. And because she has recommended them so highly and talked about them so much, I just had to buy them, right? That's how it goes. I'm just kidding. I did it. I love the idea behind this book, and it's another really small one. I'm excited to read it, and this is by Rachel McMillan. It looks really cute. Yeah. The next book I got is based in England. Never fear, we are getting to the England side of the spectrum. It is Donna Burwell by Sara Ella. I take that back. I think I read one book by her a couple years ago on my Nook, but I've not read anything by her since. But I picked it up because I wanted to read it, and I love the cover. The cover is gorgeous, but the feeling's also really cool. So I'm excited to pick this one up as well. So the next couple of books that I got are part of a series. I'm so excited to read them. I actually have all of the series until this month, actually, when book 6 comes out. But that is if I can pick it up, Drew Farthering Mysteries by Juliana Deering. I'm so excited. The ideas behind this book, this series, is so cool. Book 1 is Rules of Murder. Book 2 is Death by the Book. Book 3 is Murder at the Mikado. I think that's how you say it. Book 4 is Dressed for Death. And book 5 is Murder on the Moor. And then book 6, I'll insert a picture here, is coming out this month. So hopefully I will have it in my hands in the next couple months. The series is out. I do enjoy having all of the books to the series so that I can read them. And if I have the first one, then if I really like it, then I'm going to want to read the second one. And if I don't have the second one, then I have to wait. And that's just a lot of waiting. And I just can't do that. So I decided to go ahead and just buy all of the books at once. Next series that I have is actually Hawthorne House by Christie Ann Hunter. 3 out of the 4 paperback, and then she has a e-novella, which is actually coming into print in 2018, which I'm very excited about. I believe it is written with Jen Toronto, Christie Ann Hunter, and somebody else. I will have to look. I will insert a picture here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It is free on Kindle, book reader that there is. So if you want, you can go ahead and pick it up, try it out. A Lady of Esteem is the e-novella, and then the first book is A Noble Masquerade. Book 2, I believe, is An Elegant Facade, but I do not have that one yet to get it, so I can put it in the middle. The next book I have is An Uncommon Courtship. So this one's blue, and it's so pretty. And then the last book, this actually just came out, is An Inconvenient Beauty. And I actually got this because I am a part of a book club, and this was the November pick, but then I found out that it was a part of the series. So what did I do? I bought the rest of the series except for An Elegant Facade, but again, I hope to have that one soon. It's really beautiful, and I'm excited to pick up and read these books. And I guess I should probably get on the ball with reading these before I read these. But I believe that they are technically standalone novels. I do not believe that the characters overlap. So I think that I can pick up this book and be fine. But I will at some point pick up the rest of the series and read them together. I am other countries side of the historical hall. And I actually have a couple more to break down. So the next one that I'm going to do is actually are the collection books, and these are a mixture of English to all over the spectrum, but they're just a bunch of collections. And then I have some love-inspired historical. It's going to be Again, these are historical, but these are actually a group of 9 short stories, so it is a collection. I'm not sure what the name of the branch is, but there are loads of them. I have quite a few, but I actually picked up a couple this month to read, and I enjoy reading these because they're short stories. You can blow through 9 books and it makes you feel like you've read a ton of things, right? So I picked these up. The first one I have is the Most Eligible Bachelor collection. So this is 9 historical romances celebrating marrying for all the right reasons. Next one is the Valiant Hearts romance collection, and this is 9 stories of love put to the test. Next one is the Bartered Brides collection, and this is 9 historical stories of arranged marriages. And these are just fun stories. Marriage of convenience and arranged marriages and mail order bride series. I actually really enjoy them. I know some people don't, but I do. So I'm excited to read that one. The next one I have is the British Brides collection, and this is 9 romances from the home of Austen and Dickens. And I am so excited, so excited to read this one. I love it, and it's so pretty. The last one that I have in this series, or in this collection, is a Log Cabin Christmas collection, which is 9 historical romances during American Pioneer Christmases. And I actually have another Christmas one coming, but it didn't come in time. But I decided to get a couple Christmas books to get me into the Christmas spirit after November. So I'm excited to read that one. So those were the collections of 9 historical short stories. So now let's get into the last bit of the haul. You know me, you know that I love all things historical fiction, but I also love inspired books, especially the historical fiction line, which they're actually closing next year, which kind of hurts my heart a lot. And the books will still be out on different places, so I will be able to pick up books that I don't have yet. So I guess that makes it okay until I have all of the books, which will take a very long time. But it's kind of bittersweet to see it end. But I did pick up a couple for this haul because why not? I love them. And the first one that I got was, we'll do this one first, An Unlikely Love by Dorothy Clark. They're small, they're perfect little size, and they're normally less than 300 pages. Like, they're just a quick short read. I love them. My mom loves them because she's busy a lot of the time, and they're super light, portable. So I don't do it, but I mean, if you do, you can just toss them in your purse. Small and they're easy to take around with you. And the next one that I got is Their Mistletoe Matchmakers by Kelly Gwynn. I love Kelly Gwynn. This is actually her 5th and final book. She will not be writing anymore. A lot of the authors that are part of the Love Inspired Historical group are going to be still writing and still publishing. Some will stay with the Love Inspired company, writing either suspense or contemporary, but some are continuing on with their historical writing, but they will be finding another publisher to write under. Kelly Gwynn will not. This is actually her book, and she will be retiring after this hit shelves in November. It will hit shelves this month. I did get an early copy of it. She was so sweet to send it to me, and she actually autographed it for me. She is such a sweet lady and a great author. I love her stuff, and I do now have all 5 of the books, so I'm excited to binge read them. I have to say, Love Inspired their team does an amazing job with their covers. So this is her 5th and final book. The last 3 I got are all by the same author. I love her so much. She is one of my favorites, as well as Kelly Gwynn, and as well as multiple of the other authors. One of them, I have all 3 of them now, so that one's done. But she has a series based in America, and then she has a series based in England. So the one based in America is called The Frontier Bachelors, and I have quite a few of them. I don't have all of them because she continues to write until the series is done. I believe I have a couple more, and then I'm caught up. But this is Mail Order Marriage Promise. But I love them because a lot of them are mail order or marriage of convenience that obviously ends up happily ever after, and I just love that idea. So this is Mail Order Marriage Promise by Regina Scott, and this is the Frontier Batchelor series. And then the last two are also by Regina Scott, but they are following her England series, and that is the Master Matchmakers. And it is the husband campaign and the wife campaign. And the book one is actually called the Nanny Campaign. And I do already own that. I have read it and absolutely loved it. It was so cute. I'm excited to finally have all three so that I can read the first one again and then finish the series. So that was it for my haul. That was the last one. I really hope you guys enjoyed my October wrap-up as well as my haul. I will actually get a count and put it on the screen how many books that I bought, because I bought a lot, or how many that I received. I got a couple, but I'm really excited to read all of them at some point. You will probably see quite a few of them on my November TBR that should come out in the probably next week, and more of them on my Bookstagram. I have been kind of lax in my Bookstagram posting because I got so many new books, but I couldn't post them without giving away that they would be in my haul. And I don't like spoilers, so I don't want to give you guys any spoilers either. But now that I have all my books, Bookstagram pictures will be picking up, and I'm really excited. And I'm also going to be a part of Nadine Library, that challenge from Nadine Brandes, I believe is her name. I'll put her link in the description. But I'm going to be a part of her November challenge. I'm going to post as many as I can. Some of them I might not be able to just because I don't have certain books, but I am excited to try and get as many of those out. It will help me and keep my creative juices flowing. I hope you guys enjoyed my haul. If there's any books that you guys would like to see more of, or you guys would like a review of, please let me know. I would love to help you guys out. I would love to give you more details about it. Don't forget to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my blog, For the Love of Christian Fiction.blogspot.com, and my Bookstagram, For the Love of Christian Fiction. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!